former NWA heavyweight champion of the world, a WWE Hall of Famer, Ricky the Dragon! What an honor it is to have you in our great community.
You know, I feel real good about coming to the racetracks. We did about 8 years of racing up in Charlotte, North Carolina. My son started off with a like 8, 9-year-old with the bandoleros, worked his way up into the legends, and then did do some late model up at Concord Motor Speedway. You know, so this brings back a bunch of great memories. I love it. I'm an old hot rod nut from the late '60s. Had a number of cars and loved turning wrenches and working on them, the old stuff. But to be here with the race car fans and the wrestling fans, it's the same fans.
I think so too.
Yeah, it's the same fan. So, you know, I come all the way up to Florida to be here this evening with you all, and let's share a good night.
Fans, Brian Thompson here. Welcome to another exciting episode of RCW Ringside Edition TV right here on Fidelity Local 6 and the High Spots Wrestling Network. As you saw at the top of our program, WWE Hall of Famer, former NWA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, made a special guest appearance here in Ringside Championship Wrestling at the 2017 RCW Speedway Slam event that took place back in the month of May at Lebanon I-44 Speedway in Lebanon, Missouri. We're going to show you some action from that event, and on our next broadcast, you will see Ricky the Dragon Steamboat serving as guest timekeeper for the final wrestling match. That's right, the final wrestling match of three-time former WWE Tag Team Champion Trevor Murdoch. That's on our next program, but on this edition of RCW Ringside Edition TV, so much to talk about, so many things to go over, you're not going to want to miss a second of the action. I mentioned Ricky Steamboat, a WWE Hall of Famer, and speaking of WWE, for those watching through the Fidelity Communications Fidelity Local 6 channel, WWE is coming to the West Plains Civic Center in West Plains, Missouri on Sunday, January 7th, 2018, and we at Ringside Championship Wrestling have teamed up with Fidelity Local 6 to bring you a special promotion where you can win 2 tickets to see WWE live and in person. What you have to do is continue to watch this broadcast. Look for a code. It will appear at some point on the screen during this broadcast. It might even be on screen right now. I don't know. It will appear, and once you see that code, you can email it to rcwfidelity@gmail.com or text it to me personally, 417-650-6118. And you also, though, to complete your entry into the contest, you also must watch the weekly recap with Matt Wacker. It's on the air every Friday at 6:30 p.m. on Fidelity Local 6. So, as a matter of fact, Matt recapped the entire promotion. Let's go to him right now from his Local 6 studios. Here's Matt Wacker from the weekly recap with more on the special promotion between Ringside Championship Wrestling, Fidelity Local 6, as we want to send you to see WWE live in West Plains.
Fidelity Local 6 and Ringside Championship Wrestling want to send you to see WWE live at the West Plains Civic Center on Sunday, January 7th. Here's how to enter. Watch RCW Ringside Edition TV Sundays at 10 a.m. and the weekly recap Fridays at 6:30 to obtain 2 codes that will appear on screen during those broadcasts. Once you've seen both codes, send them along with your name, address, and a phone number to rcwfidelity@gmail.com. The winner will be notified by Friday, December 29th and will win 2 tickets to WWE Live in West Plains. For official contest rules, visit rcwringside.com. Watch and win with Fidelity Local 6 and Ringside Championship Wrestling.
You can spend 4 years to graduate college, or graduate from Clement Truck Driving Academy with your CDL in 4 weeks. After graduating, you can try to find a job yourself, or use Clement's Job Placement Assistance. The choice is yours.
I'd love to have you as a student. Enroll online or call for a free consultation today.
Brian Thompson back here with you on RCW Ringside Edition TV right here on Fidelity Local 6 and the High Spots Wrestling Network. Certainly, we are so thankful that you have taken time out of your schedule to watch another exciting episode of RCW Ringside Edition TV. We're about to get to some action featuring Stacey O'Brien and a situation that went down, as mentioned, at RCW Speedway Slam 2017. You'll actually see that she was victorious via forfeit, and then a love interest appeared on the scene. A love interest for Stacey O'Brien. We won't spoil the surprise. You'll see all that in just a moment. But what I want to announce right now is big news. We talked about it on our last broadcast that we would announce it on this edition of RCW Ringside Edition TV, and that announcement is this. Mark it on your calendars now. Saturday, March the 3rd, 2018, Ringside Championship Wrestling will be live in action again in person for the first time in many, many months. You can be there if you're in the area, the Richland, Missouri area. Richland, Missouri, get ready. 2018 is right around the corner, and in March, on Saturday, March the 3rd, we are going to bring to you RCW live and in person. It is RCW Richland Rumble. Exciting action, working with Richland Parks, working with the Richland Chamber of Commerce, a little fundraiser for some of the activities, the Richland Pools. We'll talk more about it in the upcoming episodes of RCW Ringside Edition TV, but we want you to right now mark the date on your calendar. Make plans to join us on Saturday, March 3rd. It will be at the Richland City Gym. We'll have more details, as mentioned, in upcoming broadcasts. Certainly excited. The television cameras will be in the house. That's right, action that takes place in Richland, Missouri will be featured on this television broadcast. It's certainly an exciting 2018 ahead for us here in Ringside Championship Wrestling, and we want you to be a big part of it. Right now, though, we're going to take time to go back in time to see exactly what happened during RCW Speedway Slam. It was Stacey O'Brien. You'll see her forfeit victory, and then you'll see a shocking situation as it involves a love interest. That's right, love is in the air here in Ringside Championship Wrestling.
Whatnot, she was unable to make it from her abode wherever it may be. So unfortunately, I don't know what to do. This is one of the things that we don't like in management. You know, as a board member of RCW, I really don't know what to do. But unfortunately, we don't really have an opponent here for you tonight.
Okay, let's just say it. I'm not surprised all of you showed up, spiked flooding and whatnot. I mean, in this bumpy town, what else is there to do besides wrestling and racing, right?
Wrestling and racing, yeah!
And then, my opponent doesn't show up because she's too afraid to face. And they can't find anyone else. Big shocker. Okay? All right. And let's just talk about this flyer. My face is not on this flyer. This face should draw millions. So this is what I think of RCW. Confetti. Yay. No. Raise my hand. She's disqualified. I win. I win. Cheer me. Cheer me. That's not cheating.
Cheaters suck.
We want wrestling! We want wrestling!
We want wrestling.
Well, as you hear, wrestling fans, these great fans at I-44 Speedway, they want wrestling, but Apparently, Air Raid is in love with Stacey O'Brien. And we seen referee Brandon Toll is communicating back and forth between Air Raid and Stacey O'Brien. The high-flying Air Raid, the masked man, is professing his love to the, well, she was victorious, as you saw, Stacey O'Brien. Her opponent, unfortunately, travel problems due to flood issues at the time of this particular event. She could not make it, therefore Stacey O'Brien victorious in the ladies match via a forfeit. And now we have a situation where Air Raid is professing his love to Stacey O'Brien, who is telling Air Raid that he should get on a knee. I can't believe it. Air Raid is on a knee. Wait a minute, from behind. From behind, Brandon Espy Espinosa has hit the ring, and he has nailed Air Raid. And it looks like we're going to have an impromptu contest. I don't know if Air Raid came prepared to wrestle, or if he just simply wanted to offer his words of love to Stacey O'Brien. Be that as it may, we have action here on RCW Ringside Edition TV, courtesy of RCW Speedway Slam 2017, as Air Raid introduced Brandon Espy Espinosa to the ring apron. And we have action on the floor. I guess it's going to be official. Referee applying a count as Air Raid again introduces Espinosa to the apron. And he's doing a little dancing right there seconds ago. The young man from high above the 11 and 944 Speedway, he's a high flyer, is the mysterious man with a mask. I'm talking about Air Raid. Now, wait a minute. Espinosa. Oh, man. Espinosa getting the advantage there, and the left arm was damaged. Now, going to use the guardrail as a weapon. We need to get this matchup into the ring, as these two have collided now for quite some time on the floor. It really was an impromptu situation. Brandon Espy Espinosa, a man who has built quite the resume in his professional wrestling career. Seems like every year he is ranked highly in Pro Wrestling Illustrated's annual ranking of the top superstars in our sport. And there is no question he is one of the greats over the last decade or so. Knife edge chop by Air Raid, who is returning some offense after being on the receiving end, and the fans are behind him, certainly here in Lebanon, Missouri. Air Raid, though, that arm, the damage was done. And Espinosa doing more, inflicting more punishment on the left arm of the high-flying Air Raid as these fans look on, concern those youngsters right there. Great crowd on hand. Lebanon I-44 Speedway teamed up with Ringside Championship Wrestling in 2017 to bring you RCW Speedway Slam 2017. You saw at the top of this television program a very special appearance on that occasion by the former National Wrestling Alliance heavyweight champion of the world, the WWE Hall of Famer Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. On our next episode of RCW Ringside Edition TV, Mr. Steamboat will be the guest timekeeper in what was to be the final wrestling match of former WWE superstar Trevor Murdoch. You will see this or that event right here on this television program next month on Fidelity Local 6 and the High Spots Wrestling Network. Espinosa continuing to inflict damage on the left arm. Again, Espinosa well-traveled over the last decade in the Midwest. He's based out of the Midwest, but he has went all over the country. The young man from St. Louis, Missouri has made quite the name for himself. This is his first appearance in a Ringside Championship Wrestling, or at a Ringside Championship Wrestling event. Went for a cover. Not to be Air Raid, still in the fight. The fans are behind him. It's you, the fans, the great wrestling fans of RCW that help make us what we are today, and looking forward to an exciting 2018. You heard the announcement earlier on. RCW will be live in Richland, Missouri at the Richland City Gym. More details in the coming episodes. We're still a little ways out, but mark it on your calendar. Make your plans now. Saturday night, March the 3rd, 2018. It's going to be super hard-hitting pro wrestling action, family-friendly style, as brought to you by Ringside Championship Wrestling. Looking forward to teaming up with Richland Parks and the Richland Chamber of Commerce on that special fundraising event. Again, more details in the coming weeks about superstars that are going to be signed to appear, when you can get tickets, where you can get tickets. Watch us here on RCW Ringside Edition TV for all those details. And of course, visit us on Facebook, our Facebook page. Check us out on Twitter, and of course our website. All those at RCW Ringside. Irish whip there now by Air Raid. He's got a second wind, maybe blocking out the pain in that left arm. He's still showcasing it there, but he is blocking out the pain. Nice vertical suplex by the high flyer, and Air Raid has sent Espinosa to the outside, who is just rolled out to take a breather. Smart move by the wily veteran Brandon Espinosa. Air Raid coming after Espy now. Has him handful of hair. Gonna try to drag Espinosa back in. Espinosa, oh, nice counter, right back to the left arm. Right back to that left arm that he has worked on this entire contest. Now gonna cinch in this armbar submission. Air Raid wasted no time in giving it up. He realized that arm was in deep trouble. He realized he needed to give things up on this occasion to live to fight for another day. Brandon Espy Espinosa victorious in his Ringside Championship Wrestling debut. Man, Espinosa, he's a major player in the Midwest and certainly looks to climb that ladder of success here in Ringside Championship Wrestling. His first match is a successful one against Air Raid, as you see the disapproval of the fans in attendance here at RCW Speedway Slam. Now wait a minute, here is Stacey O'Brien. She's already basically turned down the love offerings from Air Raid. What's this going to, she changed her mind? Could there be a warm spot in her heart? And no, there's not. She just slapped Air Raid in the face. Talk about just pouring salt on an existing wound, and she's asking these great fans in Lebanon, should I give him one more? She should not, and she is going to pay a price. Stacey O'Brien is going to pay a price, and these great fans are loving that. Well, Stacey, sometimes you're the butt of the joke. Air Raid, his arm is still in trouble, but he got a little measure of revenge on Stacey O'Brien for her turning down his marriage proposal. Well, maybe they'll make up in 2018. You'll have to stay tuned to find out. You're watching RCW Ringside Edition TV right here on Fidelity Local 6 and the High Spots Wrestling Network.
Attention, Little Rock! Saturday, January 13th, CWA WrestleRaise 4, Arm Bars for Alex, invades the Maumelle Event Center with a bell time of 7 p.m. In the main event, Jerry the King Lawler takes on Loverboy Matt Riviera with Boyd Bradford. If Lawler wins, he gets 5 minutes with Bradford. But if Riviera wins, the King must bow down and kiss the Loverboy's foot.
Matt Riviera! He sprayed something on that towel! Some kind of chemical! And he's smothering the King!
Plus, Carlito goes one-on-one with Tim Storm. The OMGs face Genetic Perfection in a rematch. Barrett Brown goes against ROH star Delirious. Golden Boy Greg Anthony versus Roosevelt, an appearance by Lily, and much more. Let's raise some money for Alex Thompson. Tickets are available now.
Ryan Thompson back here with you on RCW Ringside Edition TV. We saw the situation prior to our commercial break involving Stacey O'Brien. She was victorious via forfeit, and then poor Air Raid, this young man that wears a mask, high-flying athlete, comes out, just wants to propose his love. He actually was going to get on a knee and ask Stacey to marry him. Could you imagine Air Raid, whomever that is under that mask, being married to Stacey O'Brien or even going on a date with her? What a shocking situation. And then, of course, she did not like his advances, so to speak. Here comes Brandon Espy Espinosa from out of nowhere. The attack was made, and then an impromptu contest between Espinosa, Air Raid. Espinosa victorious in his Ringside Championship Wrestling debut. Certainly glad to have both those, all three of the athletes, Stacey O'Brien, Air Raid, and Brandon Espy Espinosa, as part of Ringside Championship Wrestling. Hope to see all three of them back during the year 2018. We talked about Richland Rumble coming up. Stay tuned for more details on that. But right now, speaking of athletes, we want to shift gears and kind of go back in time to a member of the alumni section of RCW Ringside Championship Wrestling. I'm talking about Loverboy Matt Riviera. He is a part now of an organization called CWA. CWA WrestleRaise is coming up in Maumelle, Arkansas on Saturday, January 13th. Now, you guys remember, those of you that have followed Ringside Championship Wrestling on the long term, going back to 2010, the war, the absolute brutal war that Matt Riviera had with one POB member, Ron Rage. These guys they ran into ring trucks. They had brawls all over the building, attacks before shows. Matt Riviera one time wore a gorilla suit to surprise Ron Rage. Anything and everything that could happen did happen when those two did battle. So certainly Matt Riviera is an interesting individual. That's putting it nicely, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you that right here, right now. Well, these days, as mentioned, Matt Riviera is involved with our good friends at CWA WrestleRaise. They promote wrestling in the kind of the greater Little Rock, Arkansas area, several communities around that part of the country. Special fundraisers for those in need or a situation or young children that have had health issues. They try to raise money, and they have done a tremendous job, have drawn great crowds, and they have an event coming up Saturday, January 13th. You saw the commercial for it a little bit earlier in this broadcast. Saturday, January 13th in Maumelle, Arkansas. Another, I believe it's called Arm Bars for Alex. So Alex, these guys at CWA are going to do a great job to make you put your troubles away for a couple of hours on Saturday, January 13th, and certainly raise some money for you and everything that you're going through. And so our heart goes out to you. But Matt Riviera, you won't believe what I'm about to show you. We actually have gotten permission from CWA WrestleRaise to show this on an RCW television broadcast because, of course, many of you in the Fidelity subscribers, Fidelity Local 6 reaches the Maumelle, Benton, and Bryant areas in the greater Little Rock area. So many of you may be watching and can actually go to this event, and we encourage you to do so. Matt Riviera, back around Halloween time, went to the home of one WWE Hall of Famer, Jerry the King Lawler. And they have had a little bit of a rivalry going on, and they're going to try to settle that score on Saturday, January 13th, right there in Maumelle as part of CWA WrestleRaise. It will be Loverboy Matt Riviera with manager Boyd Bradford against Jerry the King Lawler. Listen to this unique stipulation. If the King wins, he will get 5 minutes in the ring alone with manager Boyd Bradford. And we know what Jerry the King Lawler can do with those who are not, shall we say, licensed professional wrestlers, shall we say, Andy Kaufman. The flip side, though, is this. If Loverboy Matt Riviera defeats the King Jerry Lawler, Saturday, January 13th in Maumelle, Arkansas at CWA WrestleRaise, Arm Bars for Alex, then the King will have to pucker up and kiss the foot of the Loverboy Matt Riviera. But right now, let's take a moment, take a look at some very disturbing footage. The Loverboy Matt Riviera visited the home of Jerry the King Lawler right around Halloween time in Memphis, Tennessee. Take a look at this.
Come on, I promise. This is the best idea I've ever had. Come on. You know, I've heard of this place. This must be the King's Castle. Doesn't look like much of a castle to me. What is this? He's got a car lot here now, trying to sell some cars, the King's lot. Come on, come on, come on. This is going to be great. The Loverboy is going to go inside the home of Jerry the King Lawler today. Come on. Good morning.
Riviera?
Yeah, I'm here to see the King, Jerry Lawler.
Does he know you're coming?
Well, if I told him I was coming, then he wouldn't be here. So I decided I'd stop in, little surprise, pay the King a visit.
Hold on just a minute.
Wait, you're not gonna let me in?
Hold on.
Manners. I'm gonna invite the Loverboy in his house. Hey, King. Good to see you. I didn't wake you up, did I? I figured you'd been up since 4:30, reading the paper, drinking coffee.
What do you want?
Well, I came here to see you.
About what?
Look, King, I came here to deliver a message. Did you get the note with the stipulations of our match coming up in Little Rock?
Yeah, I got it.
You got the note?
Yeah.
Well, I came here to deliver a message. I gave Boyd Bradford the day off. And I came here to personally tell you, Jerry, that whatever you've got in your mind for Boyd Bradford for that 5 minutes, you need to take that out of your mind. And you need to start thinking about, you know, Jerry, everyone knows that you've got a little foot fetish.
Oh, God.
And you know that after you lose to the Loverboy, you're going to get to pucker up to this size 12 right here. You may even make your fiance Lauren a little jealous, maybe, when you start tonguing the toes of the Loverboy.
So this is what you've come over here for? You've come all the way from Arkansas to my home here in Memphis, Tennessee to tell me this?
Well, Jerry, first of all, I've been in town for a little while down at the Peabody, which I'm pretty sure you've been kicked out of a time or two. I was down at the Peabody in their top suite with 2 or 3 of the most gorgeous women that I had to actually bring from Arkansas, from Little Rock, because the quality of women in Memphis isn't quite up to my standard, Jerry. So I just assumed, you know, while I was in town, I'd just pay you a visit, hang out a little while. You're not going to invite me into the King's Palace today?
Let me think about that. No, I'm not going to invite you into my house. I don't even want you on my front steps here. Now, if you've come all the way to give a message to me from Boyd Bradford, let me give you a little message for Boyd Bradford. He's not going to have to worry about me kissing your foot, and you're not going to have to worry about that either, Matt. Because what I'm going to be doing for 5 minutes after our match is over is kicking Boyd's butt all over that arena. It's January 13th, right?
January 13th.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
And, you know, it'll be right after the New Year's, and I always do a big New Year's celebration. I'm looking forward to that. So I can't think of a better way to start my 2018 off on the right foot. And it's going to be my right foot sticking up Boyd Bradford's butt. Do you understand that? First of all, though, and during that 5 minutes, I'm going to pick him up, just like I did Andy Kaufman, and I'm going to drop him on that flat head of his a few times. And then, you know, there's another thing I'm kind of famous for. You ever heard of the King's fireballs that he throws? I might just light Boyd Bradford up, too, during that 5 minutes. I got a lot of good plans for Boyd Bradford. And you know what you're going to be doing, Matt? You're going to be sitting out at ringside watching, licking your wounds. Now, there's going to be no foot licking. You're going to be licking your wounds after I kick your butt, and you're going to be watching what I do to Boyd Bradford. So I hope you enjoy that, and I hope, more than that, I hope you get the hell off of my front steps and go back. What'd you drive over here anyway? Is that your limousine?
Jerry, don't worry about what I drove over here. You know, this is a sad case, Jerry. I hate to see you in this condition. The dementia's setting in. You're falling apart.
Really?
You're falling apart, Jerry.
Is that right?
I don't know how you can think in your mind that you're going to kick Boyd Bradford's butt, because I've got news for you. He is not Andy Kaufman, and I ain't Bill Dundee.
You're right.
This is the Loverboy, Jerry. And you think that you're going to beat me and you're going to get 5 minutes with my manager?
Yeah, that's exactly what I think. Let me tell you, that's exactly what I think. Do you think for 1 minute that I would have signed a stipulation where I had to get down and kiss your stinking foot if I lost? Thinking that I might lose? No, there's no chance of that happening. So that's what I think. And you can call it dementia, you can call it Alzheimer's, you can call it anything you want to, Loverboy. But I tell you this, January 13th, you're not going to love what happens to your boy, Boyd Bradford. Now, can you please leave?
Well, Jerry,
or do I have to call the cops?
Now that we've got the business out of hand, now we've got business aside,
Lauren,
we can hang out now.
Can you get my
come
phone?
in, put my feet up?
We may have to call the cops.
Well, Jerry, we don't.
No, you're not going to come in and put your foot up. No.
Actually, I think that, you know, now that I think about it, I think I had another meeting in Memphis. I'll tell you, I think I'll just go handle some more business today.
Oh, I'm sure you've got a lot of business in Memphis.
I know you've got to go. I know you've got to go drink coffee with your good buddy Bill Dundee and talk about the old days. So I'll just go back to the Peabody and get off your house.
Thanks. Idiot.